So yes, everyone, thank you for joining us today. We have our amazing guest on the call right now. Yes, so this is Angel Hike Osuji. Angel is a cost manager at Turner and Townsend, and the topic she's speaking on is to position yourself on LinkedIn for career and business success. If you know Angel, apart from what she does, she also speaks a lot on, branding, positioning yourself. And the good thing about it, and one thing I admire, and I know everyone on the C Skills team admire about Angel is, she started on the scratch, just like, majorly all of us right here, from a student visa, grinded up to the top. I know she has, like a lot of goals she plans to achieve for herself, but for some of us right here, she's currently where she should be or where we hope to be in few months or in few years. So Angel is going to, teach us how to like position ourselves on LinkedIn for not just for career. A lot of us always say, okay, it is not just about career for some of us, also business. And we always say this at Since because personal branding is very key. So this class is not just going to be theoretical, it's going to be practical. So Angel might pick some of us to like share our screen and all that. Please let us be ready to do that. It was sent via email. We were told to do that. So please be ready to turn on your camera, but majorly like share your screen when you're asked to. So I'll leave the floor now to Angel. Angel, before you get started and everything, I just need you to like introduce yourself and do justice to your profile. Thank you.
Thank you very much, her for having me. Hi, everyone. Good morning. How are you feeling?
You can unmute
You can
yourself.
unmute yourself. Like, this is
Very
not a
well,
quiet
very
class,
well.
please.
Very
Awesome.
well.
All
Thank
good.
you,
Thank you.
Grace.
Good,
How are
Angel.
you,
good.
Angel?
Happy
I'm
to
good
have
as
Angel
well.
here.
Like I said, my name is Angel Suji. I'm in Adelaide. I am a cost manager at Turner and Townsend. For those of us who don't know, Turner and Townsend is a construction consultancy, and I've been with them, or I've been in that space for about 4 years now. And just like she said, I did start as a student as well, and I came during COVID when there was no jobs. Everyone was getting fired and getting sacked, and why I'm so passionate about positioning and branding and LinkedIn especially is because that was literally how I grew. LinkedIn has opened so many doors for me, and it's still opening doors for me and everyone I have, taught or trained or even coached on how to build their online presence. So it's very personal for me. So aside that, I work in the construction space. I'm a cost manager, very similar to a project manager, but I just handle the finances for the clients, and I tell them when they cannot afford a project. They don't really like that, but that's my job. And then aside from work, I work a lot with the African community and the multicultural community in South Australia. I work with the Nigerian community personally, and I also consult a lot for the general multicultural communities. And I tend to host a lot of LinkedIn and career workshops at least twice a year for the African community. So that's just a very brief introduction to who I am. And Tolu, if you're happy, I'm ready to start.
Yes, and you can also share your screen. Yeah.
Yes, okay. Please bear with me. Me and tech were always fighting. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about how to position yourself on LinkedIn specifically for career and business success. And just like Tolu said, sometimes you don't need LinkedIn for your career, or that's not your main focus. You have a business, or you have, something else that you want to share. And people do have this perception that LinkedIn is just for getting jobs or, climbing the corporate ladder, but it's much more than that. And we are going to be exploring that today. Now, so this is how our session is going to run. We're going to be talking about, again, professional and personal branding, what that really means, and how to define it for yourself. And then that is going to feed into your LinkedIn profile, because everything we're talking about today goes hand in hand. So your professional brand, your personal brand helps you to build your LinkedIn profile, which then helps you to build and define your online presence. And then we'll talk about how to build it. And I'm going to show you step by step what makes a great profile and what makes an even greater profile. And I'm going to share some more tips that we can use. And at the end of the day, I hope that we all go out with something tangible and we're able to build our profiles and use them to, our advantage. Now, before I start, does everyone here have a LinkedIn profile? Just, you can put it in the chat. For some reason I can't see it, but you can definitely put it in the chat or you can respond. That's fine. Does everyone have a LinkedIn profile?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have an active LinkedIn profile?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, good. So that makes it a lot easier. If you look at the chat, there is a Word document there. You don't, Tayo.
Mine was, I have, but it was stolen and I just got it back. Unfortunately, the person changed my profile and
Oh,
everything that I
no.
have on there, yeah. But I'm putting it back to what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
at least you've gotten it back, so that's good. We can still work with that. Just on the chat there, you would see a Word document. It's a workbook that you can edit, and we're going to be using that throughout the session. So if you can all please download the workbook and give me a thumbs up when you have, and just let me know if you have any issues accessing it. So it's just right there. It's the masterclass worksheet, sorry. You can just download that. We're going to be using that during our session today.
Did you say it's on the chart?
It's not
Yes,
there.
it is on the chat. Yes,
Oh,
it's
shit.
just right there.
I can't find it.
We
Because
can't find
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Angela,
as well.
maybe you share again, maybe because
Yeah,
the
I'm going to
image
share it
are-
again.
Yeah.
Okay. That should be coming through now. So so it's sent through now. Can we all
Same.
see it?
Yeah,
Same.
I can
Yes.
see
Okay,
it now.
perfect. Yes, just when you download it, give me a thumbs up so I know that we've all gotten it and we can all open it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Now, so Taya has gotten it, Ezekiel has gotten it. Who else? Who else?
Good.
I've gotten it too.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so again, before we get into the main work, I have a few questions for you all, just so I can gauge the kind of people I'm working with today. First things first, do you prefer tea or coffee? And just so you know, I will be judging you based on your answers. So this is a judgment zone. Do you prefer tea or coffee? You can just put your answers in the chat or you can respond.
I like both of them.
But no,
What
you
do we
must pick
now
one.
do now?
You must pick one. I'm sorry.
Prefer tea.
You must pick one. For those that are picking tea, I'm judging you heavily. But it's okay. So tea or coffee, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 coffees. And
I'll go with
okay,
coffee
5.
too.
Hey, thank you. Hey, tea is winning. Jesus. Tea or
We are from Africa. Teas.
Team T. Coffee is now our thing.
I thought everyone loved coffee. I feel like coffee is universal at this
In
point.
fact, I started taking coffee in Australia.
Fair.
I
Okay,
tried it
fair
for the
enough. Most
first
people
time, yeah.
did. Okay, but my next question, if you were to choose, would you prefer to be able to fly or to read people's minds?
Read people's minds.
Read people's minds. Fly.
Listen,
Okay, who
I'll
else? What
prefer to fly. I'll prefer to fly because reading people's mind is like reading a lot of stuff. This I cannot probably handle myself.
Exactly.
You
It's
get
a
what I mean?
bit
Like,
too loud.
yeah, it's a whole lot.
Exactly.
I could fly, fly from here to wherever I want to
Fly,
go. It's not,
When you don't have wings.
yeah.
But you forget that it's super, if you can read people's minds, it's already a superpower. That means you have the capacity to
Okay,
mind.
let me make it harder. What if you cannot control
But
when you're reading people's minds? You're just hearing the voices.
No,
Eh,
that one now is now
Yeah, you learn it over
witchcraft.
time. With time, you learn it.
Okay, and this one is one of like my most important questions. This one I'm definitely judging you. How do you wear your socks and shoe? Do you wear socks, shoe, or socks and shoe? This is a very important. Think carefully. It's a
It
very important
Socks
thing.
and
depends.
shoes, socks
It
and shoes.
actually depends.
What does it depend on? Babies.
I even go enter my car and wear inside the car when I'm
Please,
late.
It
please.
depends
There's,
on my mood.
there's only one correct answer here, and Audie has gotten yes. It's socks, shoe.
But
Why
what
wearing
of
socks
when
and
you're
shoe?
just wearing only socks at home? Then that's only socks.
No, I mean like if it's like if you're going out, like do you wear like your socks on your right leg, socks on your left leg, then put on your shoes, or do you wear your socks and your shoe first on one leg, then socks and shoe on the other leg?
I'm literally trying to think.
I wouldn't have thought that anyone would wear one socks first
Thank,
and then
thank
shoe,
you.
and then
Because then you have the other
I
leg
wouldn't have thought this
empty.
would be a question.
I do that now. I'm surprised everybody said it to wear it.
There's always somebody. There's always somebody that does that.
I never thought it was even something to talk about.
It is. Because why are you wearing one leg of socks and shoe and then the other leg is just empty there?
I see it as asking which leg moves first. Is it the right
Sometimes,
leg or
sometimes
the
you
left
can
leg?
you can do that. You can just wear one shoe just with the socks, just to look how that shoe will be
That
on
shoe,
the
especially when you're in the
clothes.
boutique.
You get what I mean? Like I would just think about it like, why would I wear the two of them and then remove it again?
Yeah.
Start wearing all that shoe again. So I better wear only one, see how it fits
Exactly,
the clothes I'm
Charles.
wearing then.
Yeah.
Yeah, before I can
So,
then
yeah, you can change shoes and just try to see the fitting
yeah,
and all that. Why put on both and start changing?
yeah, you know.
But you're already
Like I
wearing your
said,
two socks
like I
before
said,
trying
people
shoe.
have different
Yeah.
different answers. Well, thank you so much for indulging me. I like how our energy is back up. If you hear me sniff or sneeze, apologies. I had a cold when I woke up this morning, so just bear with me. Let's move to the
We are
next
not
slide.
alone. I had a sneezing fit this morning. I don't even know what's going on.
Exactly. So that you will not think I'm just, here to just talk. I decided to share some of the opportunities that I have gotten through, LinkedIn. Right. So I have done a lot of podcast interviews around, different countries in the world, Ireland, USA, Canada, Melbourne, with people that I have never met and probably would have never ever met, one-on-one, face-to-face in my small apartment in Adelaide. I work with the National Association of Women in Construction as part of the mentoring program coordinator. I've been there for the past 2 years. I lecture at the University of Adelaide at the postgrad level. I don't have a PhD. And how I got that job was literally my professor reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, I would like you to come and lecture with me on this course for the master's class. And that would, again, never have happened if I was not outside. Or I mean, when I say outside, I mean on LinkedIn, if I was not online, right? And there are recruiters reaching out to me. I have not applied for a job with my CV in at least 3-4 years now. I've only done it once. That's when I was getting my first job. And every time I've moved, I've never had to use my CV. The only time I use my CV is when I am, sending it after I've signed the contract, just so I can have it on file, right? But I've actually never had to apply because I hate applying for jobs. I really, really don't like it. I don't think anyone does, right? Filling out the application, writing cover letters. No one does, and I don't. So I love the sweet spot that I'm in, and I'm in a spot where people know who I am now. And there's something I always say, it doesn't really matter who you know, it's who knows you. Because they're the ones that are vouching for you. They're the ones that are, speaking your name out in other spaces. So you might know them, but if they don't know you, it makes no difference in your life, right? And right now, I'm going to move you from the point where you know so many people to the point where people begin to know you and recognize you. So the first thing we're going to ask is, what is a professional brand and why is it important? By the way, if you have any questions, please pop it in the chat as well. If you want to make any comments, we're very happy to have that too. So what is a professional brand and why is it important? In the simplest form, your professional brand is your reputation. It's just how people see you, how you are perceived. It is not your job title. So software engineer is not your brand. Business analyst is not your brand. That's a job title. Job titles change all the time, right? It even changes from company to company. but your brand is how people perceive you. And everyone has a brand, whether it is intentional or not. For example, if I walk up to you and say, oh, do you know Tayo of Sync Skills? We'll all say yes, right? And if I ask you to describe her, like in one word, just describe, put in the comments. If I ask you, if someone comes up to you and says, oh, what do you know about Tayo? Or how would you describe, Tayo? You can answer, by the way, this is an open question. Articulate, accommodating. What else? So
Motivating.
smart, exactly, motivate. So these are all a part, confidence. These are all a part of Tayo's brand. Because what means that this is her reputation. This is how you describe her to a stranger, right? Or someone who doesn't know her. So whether you're intentional or not, you are already building a brand around you. If you walk out of the room and someone asks your colleague, oh, what do you know about Ezekiel? What they say is their perception of you, and that is your brand, or that is what they've associated with you. So for them, that is your brand. Now they might ask a different colleague, oh, what do you know about Ezekiel? And they might have something different to say. Now that is their own perception of you. And that happens when people have different things to say about you. That happens when, your branding or your professional brand is not consistent across the board. Because there are people in offices where we don't necessarily like them. But if someone should ask about them, you'll be like, they do good work. They are very detail-oriented. You might not like them. And that's the truth. They might not be the best person. But when you're describing them, you'll be like, they're annoying, but they do really good work. That's the professional brand. So now being intentional about crafting a professional brand is it is taking back your power. It is you now determining how do you want people to perceive me. Whether or not they like me is not, is not your problem. But how do I want to be perceived? What do I want them to say when I'm not in the room? If someone asks them about me, what do I want them to say? So it is shaped by how you show up, how you communicate, how you write your resume, right? How you behave at work, and especially what you post on LinkedIn. So what makes a strong professional brand? We're going to get into the activity one of our worksheets very soon. One, it has to be clear, so there's clarity. It has to be consistent. And number 3, it has to be visible. It has to be visible. Because you can be clear, you can be so good at your job, you can be the most confident, smart person in the room. But if no one can see that confidence and that smartness, nobody will describe you as confident or smart. Do we all agree? If no one can see what you're doing, they cannot, ascribe those descriptors to you. So it has to be clear. So that means you must stand on business every time. It has to be consistent. That means that if you're acting one way in this room, in the next room, you're acting the same way. Because it's an intentional brand that you are building. And then it has to be visible. Okay, we're going to go into the first part of our worksheet. The worksheet is editable on Microsoft Word, but if you don't want to use that, you can just write it in your notes. So the first part is, what would you like to be known for, and how would you like people to describe you? Because for you to craft something, you have to first know what it is that you want, correct? So what kind of image do you want people to see? How do you want to be perceived? Now, if anyone is bold enough, they can share, but I'll just give you 2 minutes to write that either in your worksheet or in your notes. So what would you like to be known for? It doesn't have to be a long sentence. You can just pick, I want to be known to be confident. I want to be known to be smart, to be articulate, to be kind, to be knowledgeable. So what do you want to be known for? And then the second part would be list out 3 to 5 skills that you are most proud of. Now, see, this can go both ways. If you're not looking for a job, right? or let's say you have a business, those skills should be more tailored to that. But if you are currently job hunting, like if you're currently looking for a job right now, the 3 to 5 skills need to match skills that are in your industry, because I'm going to be using this to build your LinkedIn profile. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So, and once you're done with step 2, just give me a thumbs up. And whoever is bold enough to share, we're going to do like a live practical. We're going to work on step 3 together. So who is bold enough to share?
Let me go.
Okay, thank you very much, Charles. Yes.
Yeah, as number one, I would like to be perceived as a team player or a team
Okay.
worker, and also as someone who is very confident, who is ready to jump on something and get it done as quickly as I can. And the second one is like the skills that I really know I function very well. One of them is leadership skills, and also very good and articulate communication skills as well. So the both of them, I
Okay.
just pick 2 for each of them.
That's perfect. So has everyone gotten to step 1 and 2? You can just give me a thumbs up in the chat or as a reaction. Is anyone struggling with step 1 and 2? If you are, let's workshop that together. That's why we are here. We have so much time.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead to step 3. Now you're going to craft your personal value statements. Now, don't be too bogged down on this, because if you look at the worksheet, I give you like 3 to 5 lines. You don't have to get it right in the very first attempt, but we can try. And I'm giving you like a very simple format. This is the simplest format. It's basically, I help who to do what by using what skills. Now, if you're job hunting or if you're a business, this would read in 2 different ways, right? So for example, using myself as an example, when I have this on my LinkedIn profile, I would say I help clients manage their project costs by using Costex software or by using, a particular cost management skill. So all I need to do is fill in the blanks. So if you're looking for a job right now, I want you to think, who are you helping? How are you helping them? Now, if you're a business, same thing. You're going to think about your clients, who are you helping and how are you helping them? What are you helping them to do? Does that make sense to everyone? So just take 2 minutes and try and fill in the blank. Now, you can have multiple answers. That's fine. But that just helping us to condense everything into one sentence. So if someone asks, oh, what do? You have 1 sentence that you can tell them. Then there can be multiple sentences and you don't have to get it right on the first try. It's just a very quick exercise. But who wants to share or who wants to give me something and then we can let's craft one now? Who wants to volunteer themselves? And if you can all please have our cameras on, that would be nice too. So who wants to volunteer?
Guys, make sure you volunteer as soon as possible or we'll call names.
I will definitely call names.
I can go again if you want me to.
No, sorry, Charles, you've already volunteered. I want someone. If someone doesn't come up, then we'll just go with you.
I want to go.
Okay, thank you very much, Oga. Okay.
So I help organizations to save costs and maximize profit through my analytical skills.
That's a very good one. That is a very good one. Now we can workshop the end of it because analytical skills is very broad, right? There are so many, like, what does analytical skills mean? Right. So if you can, again, these are first part of the exercise. If you can drill down, because you've gotten the first two parts really beautifully. I help organizations manage costs and that by using, so it's the how that we can now workshop. Analytical skills is good, but it's broad. It doesn't really tell me as the client, exactly how you're going to help me save costs. Because it's a broad term, it's a vague term. So that we will drill down into it, we will double click, and open which of these skills am I actually going to use to help clients. Now, it doesn't have to be like a one size fit all, answer, but that is a way for you to draft multiple value statements. Does that make sense to everyone?
Good.
And please, if I'm going too fast or if you don't understand, please let me know. And then we can easily go back. Now we're going to get into my favorite part, which is building your LinkedIn profile and why LinkedIn matters. And what the exercise that we've just done on our professional branding is going to feed into this a lot. So I'm going to be referencing the activity one as we're going. And if you have any questions, let me know. Also, can we all open our LinkedIn profiles on a separate tab on our computer or whatever screen that we're using?
Yeah.
Please open your LinkedIn profile because we are going to be sharing and we are going to be actually doing practical changes to our profile.
Mine is open.
Yours is open. Thank you very much. Okay, who else has theirs open?
Mine is open already.
Yours is open. Thank you. Who
Mine
else?
is
Who else?
always open. It's open here.
Mine is open.
Mine is open as well.
Perfect. Okay, we can go on now. So why exactly does LinkedIn matter, especially in the career and professional space? Number one, 95% of recruiters in Australia use LinkedIn to find candidates. 95%.
Wow, 95.
Two, it acts as your digital career archive. You know how I said that I've not used a resume in like over 3 years? It's because my LinkedIn literally acts as a live document. It's following my career progression. I'm updating it constantly. So they don't need to ask, oh, send me a resume for your last 3 jobs. They can see what I've done in my last 3 jobs. I'm pretty vocal about it. Right? Number 3, it connects you with people that you otherwise never meet. Because there's absolutely no way I could have met the MD of my present company. He lives in the UK. There's no way I would have met people that I have worked with closely, if not on LinkedIn. And it's the same thing for most social media platforms. If you look at it that way, you are connected with so many people globally. Just that LinkedIn is a more professional space for that. Now, 4 out of 5 decision makers use LinkedIn. So if you're trying to get a job, go and look for the key decision makers in the company. They are there. And even if they don't use it personally, their executive assistants are monitoring their accounts. And for people that are into business, right, 80% of businesses use LinkedIn to reach clients. There are people that LinkedIn is like their sole clients funnel. They just get their clients from LinkedIn. So it works both ways. So who else uses LinkedIn aside from us? Recruiters search for talents using specific keywords. And I'm going to drill down into how LinkedIn works after this slide. But recruiters search for candidates using LinkedIn, using specific keywords. And the specific there is very important, and we'll get to it. Employers use LinkedIn to check your credibility. So if you say that you've worked in this place for 3 years, they will go and check. Immediately you leave the room, they will go and check to confirm that you actually worked there. And if they have someone or a connection that has worked in that company, so they will ask them, did this person work? I'm just checking to see this person worked here. They said they worked here from this day to this day, So for credibility check as well, employers use it and industry professionals as well use it. Then clients also use it to validate your expertise. So for example, using Erica's example, if he says that he helps clients to save cost using that. But then as a client, I go through your profile and I'm like, you don't talk about saving costs. You don't even talk about this skill that you said that you have. The trust level that I have in you drops already. Because I'm like, I can't see anything that says or that backs up your claim of, being a problem solver or having analytical skills. So clients also use it to validate your expertise. So this is why having a well-rounded and well-built LinkedIn profile matters, because you are literally going to a more global space. You are reaching people that you'd otherwise never see, right? From different countries in different industries. So that means that your profile needs to reflect the professional brand that you want. So if you say that you want people to think that you're confident, you're smart, your profile cannot now say the exact opposite. Does that make sense to everyone? If I say, I want people to think that I'm articulate, I'm confident, my profile is empty, like there's barely anything there, that doesn't say anything. That then allows other people to put their own perception on who you are, which oftentimes will not be accurate. So it's always better for you to control the narrative. And building your LinkedIn profile, it goes hand in hand with building the perception that you want. So it's all about perception, really. And it's lovely because you are in charge of that perception. You are in charge of how you want people to see you, and you get to craft your profile that way. And now we're going to go into your profile building blocks. And this is basically LinkedIn 101, right? What makes a good profile? This is the bare minimum that you need to have. So I'm going to go into our worksheet now. Activity 2. We're going to do a very simple self-evaluation. We all have our LinkedIn profiles open. Yes. So we're going to do a quick check and grade ourselves. We're going to grade your own LinkedIn profile. So if you can just go through the exercise. I don't have it open. Let me open it. Yes. So I have that. Just go through the exercise there. We're going to grade your profile, and I want you to post your score on the chat. And if there's someone that is bold enough, you can please share your LinkedIn profile and we can all grade you. Who is bold enough for that?
I want to share mine.
Okay, please. I'll just stop sharing. Okay, share your profile. Let's see.
Okay. I'm sharing.
Okay, let's go to your profile. You have so many tabs open, Ebuka.
Sorry, can you see this screen?
Yes. Okay, please
Yes.
click on your profile.
Okay.
Okay. So, Ebuka, you currently live in Kansas. You know what? Let's first review his profile. We all have the checklist open, correct? I need to see a thumbs up. Do we all have the checklist open? Okay, good. Now let's all rate your profile, but then let's all rate Ebuka's profile. Does he have a professional photo? Is that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Is his headline more than just his job title? And let me put it this way, if you read this headline, can you tell exactly what he does?
No.
There's a lot going on there.
There's a lot going on, so that's a no on
That's
number
easy.
3, right?
I have the same thing. My own even was.
We will get to your own very soon. Okay, let's scroll down to your about section. Just scroll down. Have a feel. Scroll down. Okay. Now, does your about section tell your story, and highlight your strengths. We can't probably answer that because we don't have time to read the full. So you can tell us, does it highlight your strengths, Ebuka?
No,
No, the strengths that we said before. So that's a no.
just talking about job. Yeah, not
Very
my
good.
skill or my, yeah.
Okay, number 5. You are going to scroll down to your skills section. Have you listed skills that match your industry? We're going to scroll all the way down.
Nothing is there. Empty.
So that's a no as well.
Yeah.
Now, is your profile updated? So if you send your resume now to a company and they say, oh, let me just quickly search for Ebuka on LinkedIn, does it match what you're sending out?
No, it doesn't.
I had a feeling.
In fact, recently I had to delete the LinkedIn link from my CV because I've been having feeling that what is here is not up to date.
Yes. Because if you're applying for a project manager job and I come and see lab assistant, I will be confused too. Right?
Yeah.
Now, have you added any certifications or licenses?
Not recently. Just
Not recently.
yeah. This is the last
Yeah.
one, 2017.
So basically, the only thing you have here is your profile photo. So that's a 1 out of 8. Okay. Please, who scored higher than a 1? We have our benchmark.
Can I share
Okay,
mine?
yes, please share your screen. Thank you very much, Ebuka.
Wow.
If you scored higher than a 5, please put your score in the chat so we can look at your
Can you see my
So what's
screen?
my score?
1. You got a 1. You got a 1, sir.
Ebuka, I see the expense score.
Angel, my question is, so if you just got one qualification or education certification and all of that, do they still allow you to put like in view and stuff like that on there? Does it make sense? Is it professional?
Yeah. Because when I wasn't done with one of my last courses that I took, I just put because you don't have to put the end dates, you can put the start dates for where you have for some of them. You don't have to put the end dates.
Okay.
Frozen, I think.
Gabe, just come and employ all of us with this your profile.
Angel, we can't hear you.
That's a
We can't
very
hear you.
professional photo. We cannot even argue. That's very, very
It
that's
looks like a
very
professor there
professional.
already.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, is his headline more than his job title?
I don't even know what the job title is.
Yeah.
Right now.
So
A lot of information there.
That's a lot of information there, but we can see that it is definitely more than the job title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now let's scroll down to your about section. Now I would have to ask you, Gabe, because we might not read everything, but does it highlight your strengths?
It does, but I have to work it
No clarity.
to improve it after the sessions
Yeah.
from yesterday and the day before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So
good.
this is my untouched, like from
Okay.
when we did our sessions like yesterday and more. Yeah.
Okay. Now, your experience section, do you use bullet points to highlight, what you've done?
I can show
No.
you these ones.
These are your skills now. Let's have a look at that. Okay. Now I can see that your skills definitely match what's in your headline. So that's good. They match what you're saying. Now, if I receive your resume, does your profile match the job you're applying for or the
Not
resume
yet.
that you submitted? No?
Not yet. That's what I need to work on, like for business, senior business analyst roles, because I've been in these roles, doing business analysis, but not necessarily in a business analyst role. So I need to now tailor make it to speak into
Then
that.
have you added your certifications or licenses? Again, this is if you have them.
Not no certifications, just what I have
Your
is
education, that
education.
works.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if you're currently job hunting, have you added the open to work sign? Now, I'm going to show you how to
No.
add the open to work without having that green banner.
Oh, okay.
Your
I was
profile.
going to say
Yeah.
because my
I'm
manager will
just-
be like, "Hey, what is this person?"
Yeah, I know, don't worry. Please remind me. I will show you how to add the open to work or the signal that you're open to work without having the very obvious green open to work banner on your profile.
I wanted to ask, do I have to have a premium for that or no? Just a standard?
No, you don't need to
Okay.
have premium. No.
Okay.
All right, thank you
Uh,
very much.
Just a point about Geb's profile. So he's done a lot of work around different
So
industries
he has
and
done a
all
lot
of
of
that.
work. I think he's
Yeah. So I mean, the business analyst part, like you said, it's not there. He's been doing the job, but it's not there on his profile. So I mean, can we go back and then try to twist it to show that you were doing like a business analyst, even from 10, 15 years back? And
Yeah.
try to-
absolutely. It's your the thing is that look, it's your profile actually.
But I
You
mean, some
can
of the, you at times you get recommendations from people, your former colleagues and all of that, and they might have put some comments there about, some other type of deliverables you did and not relating to business analysis.
So again, as we go through, let me just note that down. So we're going to talk about how to transition.
Makes sense.
Yeah, we're also going to talk about how to transition because I know a lot of us here do not really have a tech background. We've been doing other things before, and now we're transitioning into a new role. So I'm going to show you how to do it in a way that you're not deleting all the things you've done before, just like rewriting everything, but you are going to just transition into this new role and take people along that journey. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen now. Also, thank you very much to our volunteers. You guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Let's also remember to update our pictures to recent photos,
Please, I beg you. Okay, so for our building blocks, we're going to be talking about these 5 parts.
Sorry,
Sorry,
Angel, one sec.
Yes.
You initially mentioned, is this a professional
Photo.
work clothes? I mean, is there any clothes you're supposed to be that is supposed to be professional clothes? What do you mean by that?
No, just so I said professional photo.
Photo,
So
yeah.
to be fair, you don't have to dress up. Like, you don't have to go all out and get like a professional picture taken. You don't have to do all of that. But your profile photo should be clear.
Okay.
It should show your face. Because
Okay.
people trust, and we're going to talk about that as we go into building our profile. LinkedIn is all about controlling perception, and it's a little bit about human psychology as well. Because when people can see your face, their guard drops like down a bit, right? So having a clear picture that shows who you are makes them feel like, oh, okay, this person is a human, not a bot. Because everybody's very, scared of like bots these days. So you want to show I'm human, I'm present, I'm here. So it should just be a nice, clear photo. You don't have to go to the studio and pay like $200 for a new set of pictures.
So I don't need to
Take
wear
a
suit
clear
like
photo.
Gabe.
And like if you
Okay.
want to, sure, but but you don't have to.
Okay.
We are going to be talking about your profile picture, your headline, your about section, experience, and your skills section. Because these are the 5 important building blocks for your profile, and they set the tone for everything else. Okay, so we've already done this activity. Let's go to the next one. Now we have 3 profiles here. I want you to tell me, I want you to rank A, B, and C, which profiles you would trust the most. Now imagine you're a recruiter, right? You are a recruiter. These 3 people have applied for a role, and you're going to do your due diligence. Now, this is just a snip of the first part that you see on someone's LinkedIn profile. I want you to tell me immediately what is the first thing that comes to your head, or what's the first perception that you get from each profile.
I would just think that B and C are imposters.
Okay, so imposters. If you can't talk, please engage in the chat as well. I can actually see the chat, so I'll read it out. Okay, so we have those things that they are imposters. What else? What's the first thing that jumps at you?
A is serious and they are putting themselves out there. Clear
So A is
profile.
serious. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing as well. BNC doesn't really look like a professional
They
page.
don't look as
Yeah, but A looks
professional.
way more professional. But however, C shows me exactly what the person does just by
Mm-hmm.
looking at the title. It's a project coordinator. I know that from just looking at the, just viewing that. That's for
Mm-hmm.
C, but it doesn't still look so professional that when you compare it to A.
Okay. So at least C has something. You're like, okay, I can tell this person is here. They have a picture. I know what they do, where they work, but still it's giving, I have to still scroll down to read
Yeah.
other things, A looks like someone I can work with. Yes, you can absolutely work with it. Yes.
But I think the first impression is in the image.
Mhm.
There's no clear image there. So you asked about the first impression.
Yes.
Looking at these three, the first impression is that these B and C, there's no clarity in their image. You need to see their face first. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I wanted us to get to. So LinkedIn, and most people use LinkedIn on their phones, right? Most of us just have it on our phones. And the way again, remember how I said that it's all about perception and a bit of human psychology as well, right? When you open LinkedIn, both on your phone or on your laptop or wherever, the first part that is like really big and boxy is this bit here, right? Is this, I call this like the trifecta. It's just this part. This is the first part that people see. And a lot of times, even though we say don't judge a book by its cover, we judge books by their covers. Let's not lie. Saeed.
It's anti-immigrants. Saeed.
We still judge books by their covers, right? So we need to make sure that our cover is good and it represents who we are. We're going back to our professional branding. What do you want people to say about you? That must show in the first block of your LinkedIn profile. It's compulsory. And now we're going to, using my profile as an example, we're going to break down different parts that are on my headline or my trifecta, as I call it. The first thing is a background banner. So that big space that is behind your profile is actually a space for something. It's not there to be empty. That's why it has the edit button. You should actually put a picture there. Now think of it like you're driving and there's a billboard. This is your billboard.
Yeah.
Right? So let's say I'm a lazy recruiter. I just don't have time to scroll through Angel's profile. What I've done is that I've made it easy for you to find me. You don't need to scroll down. I'm not asking, please don't scroll down. You're looking for me. That's my name in bold. This is exactly what I do. This is how you can reach me. Simple and short. So those are the three things that your LinkedIn banner must have. You don't have to have your picture there, but I like having my picture there. But it must have your name, what you do, and how to contact you. You have to make it as lazy proof as possible. So that even if the recruiter is rushing, at least they will see where they can contact you. Please don't put your phone numbers on there. We also have people that call and scam people, as with all social media. But your email address should be there. Your website or link to your business should be there. If you use your Instagram or Facebook for professional things or your business, it must be there. Now, to get this, I didn't design. I'm not a designer. I didn't design this by myself, even though I studied architecture. I am not very good at design. You just simply have to go to canva.com and type in LinkedIn banner. It is, again, Canva is free. They have free templates. Just go to canva.com and type in LinkedIn banner, and it will give you thousands of free templates. Now, all you have to do is edit. This is the template I used. I put my face there. I changed the name to my name, changed the job title to my job title, changed the contact details to my contact details. Very simple, free, take you less than 10 minutes to do. So that is, again, virtual signaling. You have a free billboard. Put as much detail as you can there. The next thing is your profile picture. It doesn't have to be a professional shoot. My company did this for us for free. That's why I would have it here. It has to be clear. So it shouldn't be like a fuzzy, grainy picture. It should be a clear picture. Front facing, so let people see your face. Smile if smiling is your thing. If giving like a straight face is your thing, please do. You don't have to. Don't pretend to be someone you're not, because if your profile shows like you're always smiling, but when I meet you in person, you're actually not a smiling. You actually don't smile. In my head, I'll think, this person seems different, and that already drops, the trust I'm building. Does that make sense? So be yourself. If you're not a smiling person, please don't smile, or just keep your face neutral and welcoming. My smile says, come to my profile, come to my house, come and see all the nice things that I can do for you, right?
That's
Now
right.
your headline. Now I can have this many things then because I have LinkedIn Premium. I think there's a limit now to how many words you can use. Now your headline. My headline here has keywords. Now, because I'm not actively job hunting, I don't have many keywords on there. But the most important keyword I have is cost manager and Turner and Townsend. And why I have Turner and Townsend, which is my company there, is because my company is a big company, and I'm also virtual signaling that if I can work at Turner and Townsend, you know that I'm good at my job. Again, do you get what I mean? It's like if you work at one of the big four, KPMG, Deloitte, you will put Deloitte there. Because when people see Deloitte, they immediately think, that person knows their job because they're working at Deloitte. Now, if your company is not one of the big companies, you don't have to put it there. That means that you have more space to put more stuff on your headline. And this is the way the headline works. Think of it like SEO. When you Google cabin biscuits, I don't know why that came to my head, but if you Google cabin biscuits, it's exactly cabin biscuit that will come out on Google. It's the same thing with LinkedIn. If I type in business analyst, it's exactly business analyst that will come out on the first page. Now, if you don't have business analyst on your headline or anywhere on your profile would never show up. And that means that a recruiter would never find you. That's like, it is literally a search engine, plain and simple. So if you want to be found for something, you have to have that thing on your profile. And LinkedIn searches the headline first before it searches anywhere else on your profile. So whatever it is that you want to be found for, it must be on your headline. Now, my headline is broken into two parts. So it's the keywords and my unique value proposition. I reckon you people have gone through this already with the Sync Skills program. Have you?
Yes, we have. We have just
Okay,
gone through the
perfect.
elevator pitch and
Yes,
value
exactly.
proposition.
So,
Yeah.
so now you can do your headline in different ways. If you're actively job searching, your headline should be more keyword focused. Let's use somebody give me a job title as an example so we can practically work it out.
Senior
Just give me
business
a random
analyst.
sorry
Senior business analyst.
Senior business analyst. Now I want to ask you, if you are a recruiter that is searching for a business analyst, would you actively type in senior business analyst to find someone for a senior role? What do you think?
100%, I will do that.
You will do that. Okay, so that means that senior business analyst, that word should be on your headline. Now, another thing you can do, and this is what I recommend to all of my clients, is you have to go and open up like 5 to 10 different job roles, whether it's on Indeed, LinkedIn, Seek, wherever. And we're going to start looking for keywords from there. Because one thing I've noticed, especially with business analysis as a whole, is that it's not always called the same thing in the same company.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's called senior, sometimes it's called project coordinator. I've had that before.
Lead analyst.
Or business manager. Or something else.
Business
So you
improvement
actually have to,
manager.
sorry?
One of recent business improvement manager.
Business improvement manager. So what you do is, and this is where AI comes in, right? Ask ChatGPT, what are the alternative job titles that this has? Let's say pull from different companies. Now you're going to take that list and then look for job roles that have those titles. Now, the more you search, you would see which one is more common among, because not all companies will use business improvement manager, right? But most companies use business manager as a BA role. Most companies even use project coordinator as a BA role. So if you see that there are like 2 words that are most common across the board, they should be in your headline or in your profile, because that tells me that a recruiter will not only search for senior business analyst, they will also look for project coordinator to fill the same role, or they'll look for a business manager to fill the same role. So you should have multiple keywords, right? Multiple keywords in your headline. You can also put your technical skills in your headline. So if there's a common methodology or a common technical skill that is used across the board, you can put that in your headline as well. Because remember, as much as it is describing what you do, it's also virtual signaling. So when someone searches agile methodology, your profile comes up still, right? So if you're actively job searching, you have to be using the words that recruiters are looking for. Because if you are not, your profile would never show up to them and they won't reach out to you.
Bless you.
Let's see. Then another thing that I have is a call. So speaking of going back to the headline, if you're a business, this is where your unique value proposition comes in. Now, let's say I was a consultant. I wasn't working with a company, right? Literally, the only thing I have to put, or the only thing that I will put on my headline is the last part here that says, I help clients deliver on-time and cost-effective construction projects. Let's connect. Because that, like, as a client, I'm addressing the very thing that you need. You want cost-effective projects, you want it to be on time. I can do that for you. Very simple. When you're writing from a business perspective, you have to be addressing your client's concerns. So what is the biggest thing maybe your ideal client is looking for? I'm trying to improve sales. You talk about that. I help my clients improve sales by 30% using in-house data capturing of yada, yada, yada. Because as a client, I'm looking for someone that will solve my problems. And if you can tell me in your headline, you're solving my problem, what am I looking for? So again, this is why I said the way you want to be perceived would determine how you write your profile. And now from my headline, you can tell that I am not actively job searching. Because the only keyword there is in the front, I'm a cost manager. But every other thing is telling people that I am actively involved in the community, and I talk about career stuff, like, I'm doing like a multiple different things, basically, right? Then I have a call to action. Now you can actually put your portfolio in your call to action. That's basically a link. So you can put a link there and say, see my portfolio. And people can say portfolio of projects that you've done. If you have a business, go to my website or book a call with me. So there is a call to action that you can absolutely put there. And then what you're currently doing. Now, if I remember, I think it was Ebuka's one that still has University of Owerri, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
You are in Australia. You are in Australia. Please remove it. But yes, so this should have what you're currently doing. If you are no longer studying and you're working, I personally like to remove the university from there. And this is just, again, this is a personal preference for me, because when people say universities, they automatically assume you're still studying. That may or may not be true. You might be done with school, but this is just me personally. I like to remove the university and put an actual job. If you're still studying, leave your university there. You are studying, that's fine. But if you've been done with school for years, you can absolutely take it off or add where you're working there. So these are like the basic building blocks to your, like, the first trifecta of your LinkedIn profile. Now, another thing is you have to make sure that your contact info is up to date and correct. So if you can click on your contact info, I should have your email address there. I should have your website there, or link to your portfolio or something. It should have your name, I think, your full name. If you have your phone number there, please remove it, because again, people do call to scam you on LinkedIn as well. So take off your phone numbers, please. How are we doing so far?
Good.
Good, good. Okay. Now we're going to your about section. And this is probably like the biggest part of your profile, and also the longest part, really, because I think LinkedIn gives you about 3,000 characters or words, so you can actually put a full story there. And one thing about your about section, that it is your career or business story. And I like stories, because people like stories. People like to hear, oh, what are you doing before? All those interview questions. You can literally address them in your about section. So this here is a snip of my about section, and it literally starts with, "Hi there, I'm Angel, and I'm the best person to have on your team." Simple and short. And you would think people don't read your about section, but every interview I've done, both on podcast and in like career wise, they always reference my about section. They always ask about my dad. They always ask about, what was it like following him to work? Did that impact me or influence me in any way? So that tells me that people actually read my profile section. Now, I have a theory on why they read it, and that's because you have to be bold to just put, "I'm the best person to have on your team," there with no explanation whatsoever, right? But then they go ahead and they read the whole thing, because surely she must have explained this somewhere. Now, there are different ways to write your about section. It's a very important part, because while LinkedIn also searches the headline for your keywords, it also searches your about section and your top skills. So LinkedIn does this thing where you can pick your top 5 skills. And if you're actively, not even if you're actively job searching, but if you are in that industry, your top 5 skills need to match your industry. Your top skills cannot be Microsoft Office suites. It can't, because that is it's not a top skill. So make sure that it is relevant to the industry you are in, or the role that you are in at the moment. So there are 2 ways to write your about section. Now we will not go into detail on that on your worksheet, but that's for you to actually take home and practice. And it gives you a guideline on how to write one quickly or fast, however you want to. But we're going to look at this part here, which is the past to present to future to call to action. Now, remember what we're building a journey. Now, if you are, which I think everyone here is, you're transitioning careers, or you've done something prior and you're just moving to something different, this is what you're going to do. Past, present, future, call to action, which is what I did on my profile. And let me see if I actually share my profile with everyone. Give me 1 second. Please let me know if you can all still see my screen. Like, can you see my LinkedIn profile, or can you see the presentation?
Just the presentation.
No
Okay, so I'm going to
presentation.
stop sharing, and I'm going to share again. Okay. Share that. Great. So this is my profile that we're looking at. We're going to scroll to my about section here, and I'm going to touch on a few things. So I did, my past, which was, following my dad to construction sites, to present, to, which is what I do now. I'm a cost consultant, to future, which is what I'm passionate about. So it's like my session is long, so you don't have to read all of it. But I'm not going to show you different parts of your about section. And then it should always end with a call to action. So please contact me, explore my page, engage with my content. And I have a little disclaimer here for my employers, but then that's just, you don't have to have that. I have that because I took a lot online, so don't take anything personal. So we're using the past, present, future call to action. Past, present, future call to action. So what is your past? For example, let's say you started working in procurement, right? You mentioned it, that you worked in procurement and you did this and you realized there was a problem in this part, and then you pivoted to project management or BA or whatever it is, and why you pivoted. So take people, like, explain the transition, take people on that journey. So past, present, future, and then a call to action. What do you want people to do when they get to the end of your profile? Follow you? Should they engage? What should they do? And there are so many things you can do on your about section. It's a big space. You can also use this method, which is my 3 rule: what you do, why you do what you do, and how you do what you do. So what do you do? I am a cost manager with 4+ years of experience in real estate, hospital, education, and capital works projects. Why do I do what I do? I have a passion for buildings. I'm a creative. I like to see things grow from the ground. Yada, yada, yada. I like to build infrastructure, to build the community. How do I do what I do? This is where you get into your technical skills, your core competencies or technical skills. I have skills in cost decks, in procure, consulting, stakeholder management, risk assessment. Where you list out your actual skills. And then you can also add things like projects that you've worked on. If you're allowed to do, talk about projects that you've worked on and the impact that they had. Talk about projects that you want to work on. You can say, I would love to work, or I'm eager to work in a different industry, that to explore that. So again, there's so many ways that you can use your about section, but it must be encompassing. If you're transitioning, you have to include that you started here, and this is why you're moving to here, because it has to make sense. If I'm employing you for a BA role, but your profile says you've only ever worked in pharmaceuticals. So I'm like, okay, so why did you want to become a business analyst? You can say you want to solve problems. You solve problems in this aspect, and you want to learn how to solve those problems. Simple. A story that connects pharmacy to BA. So there's always a link, and you can try to link that from your past to your present/future, and then include your contact details as well. Does that answer your question, Tayo? I know you asked this question. Sorry, you're on mute.
Yes, it does. Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, perfect. So here are a few ways that you can elevate your about section as well. I know that it can be quite daunting to write, so you don't have to write everything at once. Take your time. You can start by writing what you do. Then start by writing, next one is why you do what you do. Next one is how you do what you do. Just take your time to do it, and you can edit it as many times as you want. So the first thing you should do to elevate your about section, this is for those of us that already have one, but we want to start tweaking it to make it better, is to tell your career story. So highlight transitions. Don't shy away from them, because they do form a chunk of your experience. So highlight your transition, your lessons, and your, what is motivating you. Also, can we also my presentation, just to be sure?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Then number 2, show your personality. Again, this is not a hard and fast rule. Some people like to write in third person, but if you like writing in the first person, like I, me, show your personality. Add a line or a sentence about what you're passionate about, what your values are, and how this industry aligns with your values, right? Include social proof. So if you've gotten an award or you've done a project, include those in your about section as well. And then important parts, visibility, it has to be searchable. So put keywords in your about section. And the headline just gives you like a couple of set of words, right? In your about section, you have plenty space. So put as many keywords as you can in there, and always end with an invitation. Let's connect, reach out to me via email, any of those. Then we're going to do like a rapid fire exercise. We're going to fill in the blanks. This is a very, very short exercise. And if you can write your answers or say your answers, that would be good. It is, I started my career as a dash, and now I help dash achieve dash. Full stop. I'm passionate about dash. Let's connect if you're interested in. Just fill in the blanks. And please write your answers, or just let me know your answers. You can unmute yourself. I'll give you about 2 minutes to think about this, and I'll just write it down on in the chats. If you'd like to go first, please just raise your hand or just unmute yourself and start talking.
Okay, so we can read it out.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yes, I started my career as a procurement manager, and now I help my organization achieve their goal. And I'm passionate about making changes. Let's connect if you are interested in me, in a change agent.
I'm like, can we all please just snap our fingers or clap or whatever it is? That was a very good one. That was a very, 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 very good one. Well done. Okay, who else wants to go? Who else wants to have a go? Again, there's no right or wrong answer. Sir.
Can I try?
Yes, please.
All right. I started my career as a family business manager, and now I help mental health clients. I help supervise mental health clients accommodations to achieve their daily goals. I'm passionate about helping businesses to achieve more productivity. Let's connect if you're interested in someone who can help you move from where you are now to where you want to be. Thank you.
Please, snaps fingers. Thank you that was a very good one as well. Really, really good. Thank you very much, Charles. So see that it can be very like, yes, Ayodele, please. You can, I think you're on mute.
Urbana, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
So I started my career as a inventory stock control officer, and now I'm a senior business analyst, and I'm so passionate about what I do. Let's connect if you're interested.
Again, snaps. Please, can we all just snap our fingers or clap, whatever it is you want to do? Thank you so much. That's a very good one as well. That's a very, very good one as well. Okay, we'll take one more person. Let's see. Does anybody want to go? Nobody. Was shy. Shy. Okay, but this is a very this is a very short way to write your about section. Really, if you're going for like bare minimum, and if you don't, in fact, right now, if you don't have an about section, I want you to fill in the gaps with this, and put it in your LinkedIn. Yes, Tolu, please, you'll be our last person
And
today.
just I noticed we've not seen any lady like contributing. Maybe we
No.
should just call them out.
Odi was here and Mavis was here.
No, like interacting.
Oh, where are my ladies? Please come outside. I can see Ofonye here. I can see Mavis is here. Your video is off. Olanike, your video is off. Odi, your video is off. We do have a lot of
Or maybe they
ladies here.
are just off camera busy. Let's just
Yes,
use
Priscilla,
them.
you're here
Yeah.
as well. Come just like say hi. Okay, Odi is driving. That's
Okay,
fine,
Odi
no
is
problem.
on transit.
If you're not
All right.
driving and you can, please thumbs up high. Let me know that you're also on this call. Okay, thumbs up. Thank you. Hi, I want to hear your voice now. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, you guys. Okay, Mavis can't talk right now. That's fine. Okay, we'll just continue because about time is time is going faster than I thought. Yes, so if you don't have an about section, just fill in these blanks and put it there. This is a very good start. And then using the worksheet, you can then break it down into different parts. So you can either use the past, present, future CTA method, or you can use the what I do, why I do, or how I do what I do, whichever works for you. And take your time as well to write them because it can be very annoying, but it is very worth it. Another tip, and this is one of my favorite tips, is because LinkedIn doesn't have bullet points, you should use emojis as your bullet points, and it must be colorful ones. So anyone that is color yellow, color blue, color green. And that is because psychologically, we associate these three colors with good news, good things. I tend to avoid color orange because some people are colorblind and they might see that as red and that's a whole nother. So use bright colors and itemize your skills like you would do in your resume. And I'm asking you to do that because it's easier to read. Always remember that you're writing for somebody else's perception, right? So if a recruiter is looking at your profile, you want it to be as easy to read as possible. And bullet points are usually easier to read. So a couple of writing tips: don't make your paragraphs too long, because if it looks too bulky, people will just skim through and they'll get tired of reading. Use bullet points, use enough spacing so that it's easy to read and easy for your eyes to flow through. Okay, we're going to just quickly rush through because our time is going. We're going to talk about your experience section, and we're going to look at these two experience sections here. And what's one thing that we notice about both of them? What's the one thing that you notice about both of them? Anybody?
There's a bit of description of what the person did in the experience in the first one, but it's not in the second one, I think.
Yeah, so not the second one. The second one has something else. The second one describing the company. Okay, so few things about your experience section. It is very similar to how you write your resume, right? Because you have to use your action verb. I led, I was responsible for, I achieved, So it is action verb plus what you did and the impact. So always include the results. It gives the client or whoever that's reading your section a full context of what your role was. So this first person here is a friend of mine who's a coach, and she added media to her LinkedIn session, LinkedIn experience section. We actually had a session last year where I asked her to do this. And what this does is that it gives credibility to your work. So you can add projects, to your experience section. You can add media. You can add even the company's website where it talked about something that your team did. Copy the link and add it to your experience section under that company, of course, right? So one, it is visually pleasing when people see that there are pictures, in your experience section, but it also gives credibility to what you do, and it makes your profile look a lot more professional. So you have to include media, include your core skills, and you can also include projects that you worked on in your experience section. And then I'll just briefly touch on this part, which is your skills section. Your skills have to be relevant to your role and your career. And a very quick way to check is by reviewing 2 or 3 job vacancies and taking note of which skills they're asking for and if you have that. Because for some of us, or for me, when I had my LinkedIn, I used to have Microsoft Excel, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Outlook, comprehension skill, this one, that one. To be fair, people only ask for Microsoft Office suites most of the time, and that covers it all. So those things are taking up space. Remove them. They're not what people are looking for. You always have to think of the recruiter. What is the recruiter typing if they're looking for a senior business analyst? What are they typing? Now, also something to note is you have to be specific in your terminology. And I see this mistake a lot to a lot of my clients is they put in business analysis on their headline. But if I'm a recruiter, I'm not typing business analysis in the search bar. I'm typing business analysts with a T. And according to LinkedIn, those two are not the same. It's like when you put project management in your LinkedIn headline, unless you're putting that as a skill, fine. But as a recruiter, I'm typing project manager with ER. So always make sure that you're using the specific terminology for the role that you're applying for. Another example, if you're applying for a BA role in a health field, like in the healthcare industry, the specific skills might, or the terminology might be different for someone who's looking for a BA role in a cybersecurity company or a BA role in a construction company. There might be very different terminologies. So you have to be specific. Look for probably even more than 3 job ads in the industry or the kind of role that you want. Look at the things that they are all asking for very frequently. That should be littered across your profile, from your headline to your about section, to your experience, to your skills section. And you have to be strategic about it as well. Quality over quantity. So it has to be the right keywords, not by having 50 skills in your skills section, but it's full of things that you probably did like years ago. Take them out and put the ones that are relevant now, and always update it as your industry changes as well. So we've covered our profile, our headline, our about section, experience section, and our skills section. Does everyone have any questions before we continue?
Thank you. I wanted to ask the update. So the update means to delete. That's what I want to find out.
If it's not relevant, delete it, yes.
Yeah, so you just to take it out, especially the things that are no longer relevant to the
Yes.
core skill we're in now.
Remove it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes,
Thank-
Edley.
Thank you. Quickly, so I found myself, because like you mentioned, business analysis is actually very broad, and in a couple of job applications I applied to, from ICT business analyst to technical business analyst, you see sometimes they just want senior business analyst with stakeholder engagement skills, and there's one I applied to is for a charity organization, and my resume and my profile doesn't speak like I have a background knowledge in anything in charity, if not because I've done a volunteer here and there around that. And when I was speaking with the recruiter and I had to like, oh, I've done this and done this, the thing they said was that, oh, but you didn't put that in your resume. And I'm like, this business analyst thing is really, really versatile. How can everything, fit in it and still it won't be cumbersome and still, make sense?
So the problem you're having is that you're applying to different industries. Because if you apply for a BA role in a tech industry in different companies, you will not have this problem. But because you're going from tech they are applying in a volunteer not-for-profit space. They are very two industries, right? So it would be, that's why you're having this problem. Now, what I would do if I was doing that is on my resume, in my professional summary part, is that you have to always think about what is this organization looking for? So what is the volunteer organization looking for exactly? What kind of BA service are they looking for? And that is what you would highlight and explain in your professional summary. Talk about how you can solve their problem. Whether or not you've worked in a volunteer space before, you can mention that, but you have to be answering their core problem. So what exactly are they looking for? And it can always help to, if the recruiter's information is there before you apply, pick up the phone and give them a call and ask, I just want to understand what exactly you're looking for, so you can address that in your resume. It can be cumbersome, especially if you're going to different industries to apply for the same job title, because different industries have different needs. So if you can understand the need that particular company or volunteer company is looking for and address those needs in your resume, it'll be a lot easier. But it can be difficult as well, because sometimes you might not be able to call every single recruiter, and also because you're applying across multiple industries, you will always have that problem. You just to take a bit of tweaking and try to understand what they're trying, like what need they need to be met, so you can address that in your professional summary in your resume. That's the best way I can answer that question. Yes, Tolin.
Yes. So sorry, Angel. This is not a LinkedIn question, it's actually a resume question.
Okay.
And that is what we always say during the program, that one resume does not work for every role. You can have different resume. One can be for a technical business analyst, one can be for a senior business analyst. Just make sure that for the non-for-profit organization you're working on, you should have a specific resume meant for that industry, for the non-for-profit space. So your cover letter, everything you need to like tell the recruiter should just be on your cover letter.
Yeah.
Your LinkedIn can just be what it is. Yes, that is your LinkedIn for you. But tailor your resume and cover letter to every
And
application.
I love cover letters, honestly. I prefer them to resumes, so I can explain myself why you should pick me.
Exactly.
So I love cover letters, and that's, like you said, that's exactly what they are there for. Is to
Mhm.
explain how I'm the right person to solve your need,
Yeah.
regardless of where I've worked prior. Okay, let's just quickly jump back. Can everyone see my LinkedIn profile? Yes. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a couple core things that can make your LinkedIn profile better and stronger, right? So I'm going to, if you have your LinkedIn profile open, right, you will see this button here that says add profile section. Can we all see that? So you can see it on your own profile, but can we all see mine?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now, when you click on it, you can see that there's a core profile section that LinkedIn expects everyone to have. This is the core one that we've just covered, right? Now we have these recommended ones, and these are where like the hidden gems are. These are where the hidden gems are. One of my favorites is this called the featured section. So these are all extras I can add, but they are very important, and I'm going to show you why. What is a featured section? It's basically like when you pin a post on Instagram or you pin a tweet on Instagram. It is the ultimate virtual signaling on LinkedIn. And this is how it looks. When you come to my profile, before you even, get to the nitty-gritty of all I've done, this is the first thing that pops up. Is its featured section. This way you can highlight anything that you want people to see first on your profile. So for example, you're transitioning careers, right? And you've already told the story of how you've transitioned, but you also want to highlight that I actually know this, like this technical thing I'm talking about, like I actually know. All the side projects that you've done, put them on your featured section, because they will come above your experience, above your skills. This is you telling recruiters that I want you to see this one first for any other thing. So, and you can feature anything that you want. This is a link to a YouTube video that I did. This is our events that I hosted. So, like, you can, I think only about 5 of them show, but if they click on see more, you can list as many key things there as you want. It's a very significant part of your profile, and it is just so fun to use. So you can link posts on LinkedIn here. You can highlight your own post. You can highlight projects that you've done. So your portfolio can be on there. Side projects you've done can be on there. Articles that you've written can be there as well. So that is one part. Now another part is projects. So I know with Sync Skills, you do a lot of hands-on projects. Now, I don't know if those are allowed to be public facing or not, but if they can be, you can put those projects on your LinkedIn profile because they are projects that you've done, right? So you can put the link to those projects or the document or the results of those projects. I can also tag people that you have worked on that project with as well. If you're a writer, so you write on like Medium or you write blogs, there's publications there. You put your write-ups on your LinkedIn profile. And then my absolute favorite is this one here called ad recommendations.
I mean, it has to be, sorry, it has to be related to what you're searching for.
What do you mean?
The things that you put on the features, like all of those
Yeah.
events, it has to be related to the job.
Oh, absolutely. No, so it has to be related to how you want to be perceived. Right? So if you're actively job searching, right?
Yeah.
You want to talk about let's say you post about project management often. You can feature those in your feature section, your own posts.
Okay.
But what you're saying is that I want you to see all these nice things I've done first before you keep on going down into my profile. I see these ones. These are important. See it. I know project management. I'm talking about project management, right? So I am not actively job searching, but I am doing a lot of like talking and podcast interviews. So I'm highlighting, interviews that I have done. So people can see that, okay, she does do interviews, she does speak, she does do workshops and presentations. I can invite her to come and speak. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, and like I said before, everything we did from activity 1 ties in. So how do you want to be perceived? Right? Everything should always, like, it should be in line with even how you build your profile. If you're actively job searching, whatever it is that you feature has to be adding to that. It can't take away, or it should not take away from that, right?
Yeah.
So exactly. So everything is adding on each other. So the recommendation section, which is, like I said, my absolutely favorite, is basically like Google reviews, but for human beings on LinkedIn. It is literally Google reviews. And I love it so much because, again, a lot of times I don't get asked for referrals too much because I have, I think, about 6 recommendations from my bosses, my colleagues, and my clients. So if you're a business person, ask your clients to please send you a recommendation on LinkedIn. Because what it does is that builds credibility. When we're shopping, we all go to look at the reviews, right?
Yeah.
Or is it just me?
We do.
Exactly. We all go to look at it. That's how important reviews are. When you're job searching, they ask for references. Why? They want to do a credibility check before they hire and up in their company. They want to check, this person actually knows what they are doing. So it's the same thing with the recommendations section, right? So, and it's very easy to ask for one. All you have to do is either add it to your profile or click the plus sign here. And you can ask someone that you've worked with, someone that has trained you. So you can ask Tolu, Tayo, Noah, your teachers, ask them to write you a nice recommendation. Ask your colleagues to write you a nice recommendation. Ask your coworkers to write you a nice recommendation and give them one as well. Don't be selfish. It has to be a give and take thing. And even with this, you can specify what you want them to say as well. So that's a whole another part of it. But the recommendation section is one of the key parts that can make your profile stronger. So we have the featured section, recommendations, publications, projects. Really, anything, if you write on Medium a lot, please put those posts out there if they're relevant to your professional brand though. But if you just write for fun, unless you don't mind people saying that side of you, please feel free. It is your profile. You can add and delete whenever whenever you want. Okay, now we're going to the last part of our workshop, which is building your online presence. So career or thought leadership. I know people have different opinions about being a thought leader or building your career and things like that, but you can really do both. There's no difference. So let's now, assuming that we've all fixed up our profiles, the profile is set, you have your picture, your headline, everything is filled up. So why does it matter that I use my profile? Aside from all of this here, LinkedIn looks at how active you are. If you're not active online, it would not always recommend your profile, even if you have all the right keywords, because it thinks that you are not there. So the more active you are, the more you're flagging to LinkedIn's algorithm that, hey, I'm here, I'm active, I'm alive, show my profile. So your profile is only the foundation. Visibility is what gives you opportunities. If you have a good profile that nobody is seeing, nobody will reach out to you. There's no two ways about it. If you have a very good profile that nobody can see, no one will reach out to you. Nobody will even know your profile is good. So it's just there gathering dust. So visibility is what gets you opportunities. Is what got someone from the US to ask me to be a guest on their podcast. So I've still never met this person before. Most people that have interviewed me, I've never met them before because all online, because I was visible on LinkedIn. People trust those who show up consistently. And if you know anything about Australia, it's a very village place. Everyone knows each other. Everybody, if people that grew up in Sydney, they all know each other. They all went to uni together. Especially Adelaide is like a small village, right? So how do you break into a small village like that where everyone has gone to school together, everyone knows each other? Is by showing up consistently. What happens when you show up consistently is that, especially when you have a profile picture, that they get used to seeing your face around. They might not remember your name, but they are used to seeing your face pop up on their screens. And that builds a level of trust in their head. So when they see you in person, they're like, I feel like I've known you, forever, as with all online things. Then online presence builds credibility before you even speak to anyone, especially when you're showing up online and you're posting about things that you know or things in your industry. By the time people start to meet you in person, they're like, oh, I know you. Like, I trust you because I've seen the things that you post online. So it builds credibility, without even speaking to the person. So there are 3 questions you need to ask yourself before you start actively building your online presence. Number 1 is, does my profile reflect my aspirations? So, like, we're going again to the very beginning. How do I want to be perceived? Does my profile reflect a confident person? Does my profile reflect someone who knows their job, who understands their role? It's very important. Am I visible to the right people? You know how we said before that it doesn't matter who you know, it's who knows you. So am I visible to the right people? And please don't take this the wrong way. You're now in Australia. Is most of my audience still my Nigerian colleagues? It's very important, and I'll tell you why. I made like 3 years ago, I made a post about my graduation on LinkedIn. No, it was like 4 years ago. I made a post about my graduation on LinkedIn. And a lot of my Nigerian connections were, saying congratulations, all of that, which was great. Like really, really great. But then I got to work the next day. My boss is like, oh, who are these people that are, all over in your comment? No, I didn't know anyone was noticing. But it was like, oh, that he wasn't sure if they were like spam or bots and all of that. Very racist, and I left that place. But my point is that if you're trying to be visible to the Australian market, but then all your connections are still your Nigerian colleagues, how is that going to happen? Because LinkedIn will only show your profile to the people that you have connected with or the people that you have followed, right? It will just throw it to someone in Australia. No. So that means that you have to actively start connecting with your colleagues in Australia.
Yeah, when you mean colleagues, you mean, other races, or it doesn't matter if they're Nigerians, but still in Australia?
Location. I'm talking of no, it doesn't matter if they're Nigerian.
Okay.
No. Yeah, connect with Nigerians if they're in Australia. I'm talking about location based now, not race or person. Sorry, I should have made that clear. I'm talking of location based. If most of your connections now are all still based in Nigeria, that's where LinkedIn will show your posts and your profile. But if when you start connecting with people that are living in Australia, working in Australia, it begins to expand your reach because now you are visible to the right people. And there are people that you have to connect with. Connect with employers or the companies, people that work in the companies that you want to work in. Connect with recruiters. Connect with the employees of the company, the people that are in the team you want to be in or that are doing the same thing you're doing. Connect with them. Because what happens is once you connect with one, LinkedIn shows your profile to that person and that person's connections. So it's very exponential. So if you connect with me and you make a post, LinkedIn will show your post to me. And if I like that post, it will show it to all of my connections, which immediately again broadens your reach. Does that make sense to everyone? Can I get a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
Yes,
or a
makes
question mark?
much sense.
Yeah.
Much sense. Yeah.
Okay. So, so yes, it's very exponential. So the more you increase your connections, the people that you follow in the industry that you're in or the location you're in, the exponential the visibility becomes. So if you want to be a project manager in New South Wales and you have not connected with one project manager in New South Wales, how will they find you? They wouldn't, because they don't even know you exist. So you have to be visible to the right people, the people that matter. Follow the recruiters, the employers, the employees. Comment on their posts, like their posts. See, commenting is one of like the underrated ways to build visibility on LinkedIn. If you are too shy to make your own posts, you can comment on people's posts. You can like their posts, you can reshare their posts, because that just again exponential reach, right? You want to be visible to the right people. And the third question you have to ask yourself is, do my connections help me grow? Which again fits into question number 2, right? My connections, are they helping me grow? Are they helping me to break into the industry that I'm in? If you're actively job seeking, you should be connecting and following people who are in the same space or industry that you are in. If you're transitioning careers, the same thing. Follow them, interact with them, search for them, even just type business analysts in New South Wales and connect with them. It's really, it really is that simple. If you want to be more strategic, highlight the companies that you want to work for, go to their employee page on LinkedIn and look for the people that you need to follow. And we can even just do a very quick exercise here. We're going to look for, can somebody give me a company that hires business analysts? Just give me a random company.
Guys, random.
Maybe NDIS.
Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can find NDIS as a corporation. Companies. So there is no NDIS company.
We could use the
Headway ABI.
Okay.
Okay.
Headway. Oh, okay.
Headway.
Headway, yes. Headway ABI.
So
Yes, that one. Is it? No, ABI.
is it this one?
Acquired brain injury, ABI. Can you put that? Yeah.
Yeah, the mentor, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. But this is a smaller company.
Oh, it's big.
Yes, and this one
They
is
just
a
don't have
very small
presence there.
company. They don't have a LinkedIn presence. Okay, they do have some people. All right. Now, if I'm being strategic about who I want to connect with, and I go to the company's page, LinkedIn lets you filter by whatsoever you want. Let's say I went to the University of Southern Cross, or I went to Griffith University. I can filter by Griffith University and it show me everyone that went to my university and what they are doing at that company. And I can choose to follow or connect with them based on that, right? Let's clear that. And let's say I want to filter based on what they do, customer success and support. If I click on that, let's say that's the team I want to work in, right? And then it shows me everyone that's working in that space. So this is a very small company. Let's use a big company. Let's use a Deloitte or something. Let's use a bigger company that has more people. So we go to the People's tab. Now we're going to filter by where they live, and that is, let's filter by Australia. So we're in Australia. Should we go New South Wales?
New South Wales.
Okay, let's go New South Wales. These are all people that work for Deloitte in New South Wales. Now, if I want to be cheeky, I can filter by where they studied, so we can have like, so that when I'm send them a message, I can say, hey, we both studied at Macquarie University. That's a nice entry rate. Or we can filter by what they do. So let's do business development, because that sounds very similar. So this everyone in Sydney who works in. So now see, LinkedIn also filters by your skills, and this is why your skills section is very important because it does categorize you as well. So it filters by your skills, by what they studied. Now, if you want to say, oh, I'm not sure what everyone that studied accounting is doing as a job, you can actually filter companies by what they studied and to show people like in different roles in that account. And that was the idea of, okay, with this degree I have or with this training I have, I can work in all of these roles, not just the one role. Does that make sense? So these are just different ways that you can, find people that you want to connect with. And yeah, so you can just look for the team. These are all analysts, senior analysts, senior analysts, senior analysts. Each of them seem to have studied accounting, but that's by the way. But yeah, these are all people that you can connect with. Connect with them, engage in their posts, and it just shows your face to their own network. And the more they get used to seeing your face, the more it's building like trust in their heads. So when they see you in person, they're not like on like very guarded. They're more open because, oh, I'm used to seeing this person online. How are you? You engage my post, you like my post, things like that. So now there's two different things, right? Employers don't just hire for current skills, they are looking for growth potential as well. So don't be afraid to show that you are still growing in your role. And then thought leadership builds with your content, right? So it aligns with your content and your connections align with your future goals. So if you're clear with where you want to go, thought leadership just follows because you are actively online. So these are some practical tips that you can practice in the next coming weeks, hopefully, because I'm checking everybody's LinkedIn. Engage weekly. So again, comment on people's posts. Professionals in your industry, if they are posting, comment on their posts. If you have industry organizations, I know there's IIBM, I think, follow them in Australia, comment on their posts, go to their events and meet people and connect with them and just start to like broaden your network like that. Share one post a week. You can start with one post a week and it can be anything. And we have a short exercise after this coming up to help you develop, posts. So you can literally share anything. You can share career insights, you can share lessons. You can even, what I used to do was I would follow construction industry newsletters and I will literally read the article, write a summary, post it, and put a link to the article. Very simple. And you can do that now with AI, but make it as human as possible and easy to read. Don't just pop AI slop there. But there are tools that can help you to do that now. Be human. So not every time I am pleased to announce, I'm excited to share. Please also share your story, not just your achievements. Very important. We already talked about using keywords and having a strategy, but connect with peers, connect with your mentors, your clients, and recruiters, not just Upwork. Don't just look at the people that are hiring. Also connect with people that are working in those places, because offices give bonuses to if you can find or refer someone to work. So connect with employees as well. Super important. And this is our last activity for today. I know our time is fast spent. I apologize totally. But this should take just five minutes. We're going to do like a very quick content brainstorm, just to show you that it is not hard to think about what to post on LinkedIn. And we're going to divide our content into 3 buckets. We have expertise. So if you're like, let's say you have 10 years of experience in your role, you definitely fall into this category, expertise. This is talking about, you sharing how to do something in your job or what you think about this particular part of your job. So like more of a how-to type content. Then we have industry trends. So people are talking about how AI is taking over people's jobs, or the role of AI in this, or the role of this how to use this software to achieve that. That's where industry trends come in. And then personal journey, which is where I mostly sit. If you go through my profile, I've very hardly post anything construction related, except when I'm working with NAWIC. But this is where I sit personally, personal journey. I share a lot of personal growth, personal development. Oh, how what I would have done when I got my first job, type of thing. So I'm going to do a very quick exercise for you personally. Now we're talking about, we're going to be combining activity 1 and activity 2 together. Activity 1 was, how do you want to be perceived, right? Now we're going to be using that to determine which content bucket you want to fall in. People can fall into all 3, and that's fine for them. I just picked one I'm most comfortable with, and we are going to brainstorm content idea. And I'm going to give you the job title. So you're not going to use your own job title. Let's assume that I am a senior let's say I work in cybersecurity, and I have 5+ years of experience working in cybersecurity, and I want to build my online presence on LinkedIn. Now I have fixed up my profile, I've done all of that. I now want to start creating content. Now, what are some ideas that you will give me based on these 3 content buckets that I can start to post about? Does that activity make sense?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's brainstorm for like just in 5 minutes so that we can, this is our last activity. So remember, I'm gonna come to meet you now. Cybersecurity, 5+ years of experience. What are some ideas that I can post about? What do you think?
Well, for me, I will go with industry trends because the cyberspace is always evolving and ever changing. New cyber attacks and ways to solve cyber scams, and from pitch mail to to large scale cyber attacks. So industry trends, what is relevant, what is trending, the latest threats, and how to solve them will really position your profile out there, that you are current with what is going on out there.
Thank you. That's actually a very good one. So industry trend, and that's one of the easiest things to post about, because people are always, things are always happening, and you don't have to manufacture the wheel. Follow newsletters and write a summary. Okay, so what else? What else can I post about as a cybersecurity person with 5+ years of experience?
I think in addition to what the other colleague just said now, I think as a cybersecurity, you actually cut across the 3 of them.
Okay.
I'll start with the expertise, trying to put myself in the position of the fact that I already have 5 years, which means whatever I'm saying is coming from a place of well-developed experience. Then, putting in addition to the industry and trends. So when someone is reading that in the post that I'm looking and seeing the build-up I already established about my expertise, will understand that, okay, this person actually have experience in what I'm talking about, though they will just pay attention more in that post you just put it about the trends. Then it's also, and I can always add my personal journey, from where I've started as well, the way I transitioned from what I was doing, how I did that and became, that could be a different aspect as well. But I'm just trying to connect the expertise and industry trends together just to boost people to engage more. And when people see that you have experience in that, and then see where you're posting this, or this person is talking from way experience. But then also going through my profile and seeing the personal journey will give them much more confidence in trying to connect very well within my post and all that.
Thank you very, very much. Anybody have any other wants to add anything else before we round up or wrap up? I remember that I said I was going to show you guys something. Sorry. So last thing for real this time, how to add the open to work without having the green banner. So you see this open to here. Can everyone see that? So now, if you're a business provider, you should have this here, providing services. So, but we're looking at finding a new job. Yeah, when you scroll down, there are 2 options that LinkedIn gives you. One is recruiters only. So if they're not subscribed to LinkedIn recruiters, they will not see that you're open to work. And this is the very visible one. Let's say you actually don't have a job. Now, this one, if you're currently working and you don't want your company people to see that you're actively job searching, this is the one that you want to choose, recruiters only. So only people that LinkedIn recognizes as recruiters would be able to see that you are open to work. And that also signals to LinkedIn that it's going to be pushing your profile to more recruiters that are in your field or looking for what you can do. So that's one way to hide your open to work, but still have that actively flagged. Okay, any questions? And yes, like Tayo says, please put your LinkedIn connections there. I'm going to connect with everyone. Please put your LinkedIn name. Let's all connect with each other. Yes, Motayo, Kelvin, please put your LinkedIn names there so we can find you and we can drop the link. Actually, thank you very much.
Can I put my link? Oh yeah.
Yeah, just drop the link so we can all connect with each other.
Yeah, hello, Angel. Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, my question is on this issue of open to on my own LinkedIn profile page. I could only see 3 options: open to hiring, providing service, finding volunteer opportunities. So I want to ask: is it because it is not a premium version that I'm
No,
using?
no. Can you share your profile? Do you want to share your screen?
I think I'm using 2 systems here.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the password on the
Okay, it
system that I'm
might be
using to
because
connect.
you're already usually that I've never heard that before. It might be because you already have that open to work active.
I'm having the same issues, but I can share my screen if you
Okay,
want.
please share your screen.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So, sure, I'm just
That's okay.
Yeah, just 1 sec. Okay.
While he's doing that, please share your LinkedIn connections.
Um, can you see my screen?
Yes, so okay, look. So look at that. So if you look down, you see that you already have the open to work business analyst roles there. No, so scroll down, unclick that. So look at that there. No, sorry, go back up, go back up. So if you just look right below the open to work, you will see that you're already open to work. So if you scroll back up, yeah, scroll up, scroll. Yeah, so right
Oh,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you can edit it. So you are like you already have that have that done. And you already have it for recruiters
Okay,
only, so
repeaters,
that's
yeah.
fine. Yeah,
Okay, all right, thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, I think I've also found mine too.
Yeah, so if you're
All
already
right.
open to work, it wouldn't give you that
So,
option anymore. You can just edit what you have.
okay. All right.
Okay, I was busy connecting people. Let me just share my screen back. And that is all. Hope we all learned something today.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yes. For me, it's a high opener.
Thank you.
Got
Thank
a
you.
question.
Very
Yes.
informative.
So you said we can isolate our company from the recruiters. What if my company is recruiting and my profile comes
So
out?
typically,
Pops up.
LinkedIn tries to, because I did have that question. I did reach out to customer service once, so like years ago. They said they try to not show it to the company that you have on your experience section.
Is it?
So they
Okay.
try as much not to. They said that it is not foolproof. It's not
Mhm.
foolproof, but they
Yeah.
try to isolate it from people that are working within your organization.
Mhm.
So there
Okay.
is a possibility, but so far I've not had that happen to me, or I've not had anyone say, "Oh, I saw you looking for another." No, I haven't had that. So hopefully they've gotten better at it. But yes, yeah, that's it. Does
Okay.
anyone have any other questions? So I do have two
Yeah.
ebooks. They're like what, $5 each or something. But please connect with me on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on TikTok as well. I'm not very good with YouTube yet because it takes so much time to record and edit a video. But I do share a lot of career content. I do share a lot of LinkedIn content as well, and more in-depth or more isolated things that you can do to improve your profile and improve your visibility. And if you scan the QR code, that will take you to my Linktree account where I have all the articles that I have written, video interviews that I have done. It also has these two ebooks, which is one is a 4-week LinkedIn content strategy. There's a whole planner that I've done for you with topics literally that you can write on. And the second one is a more in-depth on how to build your profile from scratch. And there I have templates that you can just fill out and send to recruiters or use to ask for recommendations. And I have a lot more in-depth stuff there. I did not put this one up, but I also have a free LinkedIn checklist. If you scan the QR code, it's free. It's basically a checklist of all the things that you should do on your profile to make it, all-star and foolproof, basically. But yeah, I think that's all from me. I'm sorry that I think I've gone 10 minutes past time. My apologies.
You didn't send
No, no
your
apologize.
link again for
If you
us
can
to add
stay,
in.
I mean, if you can stay a few more minutes to enjoy it.
Okay,
please.
if you have
Thank
questions, no
you.
problem. Yeah,
Please,
let me send my own
yeah, your link.
profile.
Yeah.
Angela, please, I have a question.
Yes.
Just my question is around, let's say, for few of us as well, for me personally as well, who is working like currently in a different sector and trying to do the transition. What's the, because I know you've said all of it now, but we're currently doing something already, like working, like showing that this is what we're doing. You get what I mean? Have connections already and all that. So what's the best way to still use the same profile to start showing that you're transitioning already? What I'm saying is just to show that like I'm doing this now, probably not just to.
It's about posting. So if I were you, I'll literally like just start posting about how I am thinking of moving to, let's assume business analyst, because that's the most common one, right? I'm moving from procurement to BA. That's the plan. This is where I am, this is where I want to go. But there are a lot of things that happen along the way. And the easiest way is just take your connections along that journey. So first post, talk about how These are some of the problems that we see that businesses are kind of missing, and how you're curious about the world of BA, what that really means, how they can affect businesses. Next post talk about, I've started taking this course and I learned this today. It's very interesting how much data and this affects company decisions. Next post talk about how you learn how to isolate data sets. How does that impact businesses? Next post talk about why businesses should focus on gathering the right data, why it is important, how to make decisions using data sets. So again, you're taking people on journey of what I am learning. This is what I am learning. So they can, if you do any side project, talk about the project I did, ask people for feedback. That's one of the best ways to get people to like jump on your posts or look at your projects. Ask them, I just ran this test project. I used this data. This is what I was trying to achieve. What do you guys think? Now, it really helps when you start following people that are in that industry, because you're also signaling to them. And because that's their industry, they will look at what you've done and they can give you tips and they can say, actually, it's better to use this. You might know the answer already, but you're doing it so that they can engage with your posts. So it is taking them along the journey. That's what I would do. And then I would do on that post talking about how you're relating your past experience in procurement, for example, with what you're doing now. Now, as we are talking about, I think they're called transition skills. I've forgotten the name of it, but skills that basically translates in different scenarios, right? So you're going to talk about how this thing I used to do in procurement, I'm actually using this skill now as a business analyst, right? Or you make a post about how, because of your training as a procurement officer, this is how you see business decisions and why they should do this instead of this. So that you're mixing both of your experiences together and it's making sense because you have transferable skills from one place that isn't in another place and it goes together. But if you're posting about it, you're visible about it, nobody will ask you in an interview, so why did you leave? Or they won't ask you, how come your experience as procurement officer, but now you're applying for a BA role? Because they've been there. And you would even know how to answer that question because you've talked about it so many times that it's easy for you to say, I noticed this gap and my experience in this gives me the skills to do this. I see things differently. I bring a different view from this angle, that angle, whatever. But it's really all about taking people on that journey and being as visible as you can about it. Talk about what you're learning. That's basically the summary. Talk about what you're learning.
Yeah.
Talk about the skills that you've built along the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. But one of the issues that I feel also about this, which has also stopped me from doing anything, is when we also do our elevator pitch. First statement is that I've been a BA for about 5 years, 6 years. Doing this and doing that for organizations. Then in my LinkedIn now, currently, I'm saying I'm transitioning to business analysis, business analyst or something like that. But when you meet me personally, I'm saying I have 6 years experience. But in my LinkedIn, I'm showing that, I'm doing this year, 2025. And why are you saying you already have 6, 7 years experience?
Because,
you get what I mean?
sorry, because BA is just the job title. Right. And to be fair, again, like I said before, different companies have the same job description, but different titles. Right. So let's say if my role had been called business manager all my life, I would still say I've been a BA for 6 years. That's what I have been doing. So your elevator pitch is correct. Now, and this is why I said that while you're posting, you're going to talk about how you are using the skills that you had in procurement as an example in your new learning as a BA. So you're not saying you're starting afresh. You're just building up on existing knowledge, which is very important. So it's a transition. It's not like a job from one to another. You're transitioning into this job title, but you've been doing this thing for a long time. You're just now getting like formal education, quote unquote, on this thing that you have been doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try that out and see.
Look, it's to be fair, it's a lot of trial and error, and I don't expect that you will get on your feet and just start running immediately. Start small, right? Just start with one post, trial it, see how you feel about it, comment on people's posts, follow more BAs, follow more seniors, comment on their posts, engage with their posts, and you will find your rhythm and you know the best way to, or the best way you feel more comfortable putting those posts out there. So really and truly it's up to you. But yeah, it's possible. Yes, Tolu.
Just to add more on what you said to answer Charles' question. So what Angel is practically saying is, you don't have to put it out there the whole, I transitioned last year. You can just simply say, so back in the days of, I remember a few years ago when I was working on a project that involves procurement, I did this and this, but now when I'm fully in the business analyst space, I now see that what I did in procurement in those days actually like
Yeah.
interface
So you
or
still have to be very
intertwine with what I'm
strategic
doing now.
about it.
So you just
too.
you don't put yes, you don't quote words or maybe just because you're trying to be careful not to put yourself out there. So you just, there's a way you know word your words that you don't even space it out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You don't have to say, I started this new transition in 2025 May. They don't care.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that would be in the about me, right? That's what we're going to put this
No, so
transition thing.
no, so he's talking about posting, like creating
Oh,
content.
post. Okay,
Yeah,
content.
posting.
Yeah, but I mean, like I asked earlier, I was like, for transitioning and some of our years of experience.
Yeah, you put
Is
it
there a
in
way we
your.
can, where are we going to put that? Should we just leave all of those and put it in the about me, or find a way to
So
put them in
with
there?
your now, if you're absolutely, positively sure that this is like you're transitioning to this, I would edit my experience section. I won't change the job title because I don't like people lying. That's your job title. But then, as part of the experience section, I'm going to highlight the transferable skills that are relevant to your new career path. And you can always find them, right? You can always find them. How do what you do help make or help inform business decision? As a project manager, what are things that I did to help you manage your team or manage even your own workload? Help you to prioritize. So you're going to talk about those things there as well, just so that it's not a stark delineation. You don't have to change everything because that part forms your experience as well. And it gives you a unique edge because you have a unique what's it called? What has left me? But you have a unique perspective and it forms a part of that. So you don't have to like delete all of it, but you can edit and add some more things there that you know now and say, actually, in this role, this thing I was doing forms part of business analysis. I was helping the business in this way. And then you're about to you can talk about, you transitioning or you focusing on this part of your career now, or how you move from this to this because you want to help businesses make the right decisions based on your experience in this. There are different ways you can do it, but all your experience counts as a whole in summary.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think we can take one more question so we don't keep everyone here for too long. Is any one question?
I could add one more if no one else is asking.
When is the next class?
I do offer one-on-ones via the QR code. Hopefully the QR code is working, but I do offer one-on-one sessions as well. So if you want that in depth, you can definitely book a one-on-one session with me. But next one will be up to Tolu and the team. So it's up to them really. But I really enjoyed our session today. You guys are amazing. How are we feeling? On a scale of 1 to 5, how are you feeling?
5.
Great.
5. Thank you very much. I feel a 5 too.
Yes.
Very ready for the next level.
Yes, good.
Mhm.
Just so you know, I'm going to connect with everybody here today, and I will be stalking your LinkedIn. And I will report you to Tolu if I don't see changes. I will report you to Noah and Ty and everybody and say these people don't do their work. So pick the easiest place to start from is your headline. Pick that one, start from there. The next easiest is your skills section. Just remove the old skills that are there, put in the new relevant ones. just start small, but at least start something. Yes, we can connect. I have my LinkedIn up here.
I already
Goals
connected with
Technology.
you, so you connect with me back. I already did that.
Yes, sir. Everything is right here. Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, I
One more
usually
question,
have.
please.
Yes.
One last question from me. Yes, please, just around the experience stuff as well, because currently, I think we will be saying that, for example, in a elevator page, we probably consulted or work with Justin Solution. I'm just also thinking on how to include that in editing and showing already that, okay, we are doing this. Maybe I think it's left for Skin Skills to let us know about that and how to position that in the link.
That's true. I was going to say, Tolu, can you please ask the team to put an image to Justin Solutions? Because I have had some clients that I've worked with that from Sing Skills, but because it doesn't have a picture in their organization, they should just please put something there.
Oh,
It helps with visibility. And then so I don't know what the protocol is. You might have to speak with your facilitators if you're
I
allowed
think
to share your projects.
no,
But
sorry,
if you
sorry.
yes,
Just to confirm, Charles, what cohort are you in?
The current one, is it 13, yeah?
Okay, yes.
Still struggling.
You're about to jump into the dollar stage, so you're going
We're
to
already in the dollar stage, yeah. I
So,
think we started this
yes,
week.
you will get into every bit of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, makes sense. I knew that was coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
okay, then that's fine then. Just give me one moment.
Since we've been friends already on LinkedIn for a long time.
Okay, perfect. That's good. That's good for us. That's good.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
everyone. Yes,
Thank you, everyone.
thank you so much,
You have to
everyone.
go
Have
back and
a
check to accept the friend's request.
yes, please
yeah.
actually accept the connections.
Yeah, the thing
Everyone,
is that,
please.
and also the chat, once we log off here, is there any way to access? Because I think someone of the link.
Okay, you know what? Let's just take next 6 minutes to connect with everyone. I think everyone has put their link there. Next 6 minutes, and then we'll wrap up. I'll give you guys 6 minutes.
So is there a task you want us to do?
Is there a task I want you guys to do? Let me think.
Let's go and update your.
No, you said in the next 6 minutes. In the next, I didn't get
Oh
that.
yeah, to update
the networking session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Each other.
So how do we do that?
Also, the links are right here on the chat. Just click the link. It should. Yes, you can meet me in person, Mavis. Are you in Adelaide? Just click the links and connect with people there. So you can either follow them or connect with them. Oh, let me show you.
I have the I can't picture the one. So
yes, Angel.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Some people have, where is it? Let me copy someone's profile. I'll just copy here.
Are you a DWP legal advisor?
So this is Kevin. So if you just see follow here, click on more and connect.
Okay.
Typically, LinkedIn will ask you to add a note, and unfortunately, we could not cover that in today's session. But you can just, since we're all here, send without a note. That is usually very important. But yeah, if you can't see connect, just click on more, and it's a to do that. Yes, please connect with everyone back. I usually have a feedback form. I'm just gonna put that here. It's a Google Doc, really. But if you have any feedback on today's session, please, if Tolu can help me to gather feedback, that would be great. Thank you very much. But I also have a Google Docs here Just give me feedback how we can make the session better, what you like, what you did not like, what you would have preferred. That would really help me as a facilitator as well. I think have we all connected with each other?
Yes.
Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're done. All right, perfect. Okay, I'm just going to leave the floor for Tolu now. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angel. It's an amazing
Thank you.
so far. I'm sure everyone enjoyed it. Like we are 30 minutes past time and then they still want to still want to stay in. So it shows that we all got value for our time. And as you all know, this is what Angel does on a side. She helps people to build their LinkedIn. So if you're connecting with her and maybe you want to have a one-on-one session, yes, please go ahead. That is between you and Angel, but yes, please go ahead. She's actually amazing. And if we are in Adelaide, just like Mavis, it would be great to have people like that.
Yes,
Yes.
please. I
And
like
I'm
meeting
sure
people.
Angel is part of a community that the Australian professional, I've forgotten that the community name.
They're called Ace Impact now, but they're Adelaide Black professionals. Yes, we do host
That is a great
events.
for everyone in Adelaide or
Yeah,
South
it's
Australia.
just music.
Yeah.
Yes, that is a great If I was in South Australia, I'll be a part of that community. So
Yes.
please be a part of that. So just connect with Mavis and then
Yeah, once we are ready, yeah, well, it's good.
is Ademo speaking with us?
No, I think
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Angel. We won't take much of your time right now because we are 30 past time. Thank you so much. And yes, if we are going to do something else in the nearest future with Angel, we will definitely let you know. But Angel is he's a friend of the community. I would say that a very good friend of the community. Thank you so much, Angel, and thank you everyone for taking time to schedule this weekend. Thank you. Angel.
Have a good one, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.